Ashton United TV. I'm joined by manager Jody Banim. Jody, first off, can we look back at last season? Obviously, you've had a little bit of time to reflect on the relegation from the National League North. What positives can you take from that experience?
Positives are that we've gained a season's experience of what it takes to be successful in that league. We've got an understanding of what type of player we need to recruit next time we're in there, and how we set our teams up a little as well. So I think I've learnt more last year than I did the year we got promoted. To be perfectly honest, I learnt more about myself as a manager. I learnt more about players and what it takes to be successful. So every day's a school day, really. So as much as if it was a disappointment to get relegated, I think sometimes you have to go through those experiences to come out the other side.
8 players have been brought in so far. Do you feel that the areas you wanted to address have been addressed by these new players bringing in?
Yeah, I think obviously it's going to be announced later on. We signed Steve Thames from Bala as well, who scored 36 goals for Witten in the season we got promoted. He's gone to Bala last year and I think finished top goal scorer in the West Prem as well. I think got 18 goals in 20 games before he got his injury. So we've added goals to the team. Josh Wilson's come in from Chorley as well, who's been a goal scorer throughout his career, very creative, plays a little bit deeper as a playmaker, but works very hard. We brought Connor Hughes in, who will chip in, I think, between 10 and 15 goals, will also create assists as well. John Pritchard on the other side will as a set piece specialist. Also very good in 1v1 situations, can get good balls into the box. So one thing we didn't have last year was goals. I feel that we've added that this year. We were a little bit porous at the back as well, which we've tried to address by bringing in Luca Havern and John O'Hunt from Curzon. We've also kept Aaron Chalmers as well, who's kind of been a mainstay of the squad since I've been manager, which I think is important for continuity. Obviously, we've had a churn of players, certainly last season, and obviously throughout the summer now. But we want, wasn't by design. We want to keep a settled squad.
What style of play can we expect to see from your squad next season?
I think a kind of open, expansive style. We started out last season that way, and we played some really nice stuff up to kind of Christmas. Historically, my teams have liked to build from the back. We like a goalkeeper that's good with his feet. We like centre halves that are comfortable on the ball. We like fast attacking fullbacks who can get forward and who can defend. I like my midfielders to be able to get on the ball, play on the half turn, and play through the lines. And I like quick mobile forwards who can make things happen in the final third. So I think we've recruited really well, and I think all those characteristics from the team that we want next season, we've got within individual footballers that we signed. So I think that people can be excited about what's to come next year. We won't get carried away because there'll be lots of good teams looking to stop us, and lots of other good players and good managers out there that'll be looking at Ashton as a threat now, and we're under no illusions how difficult it'll be next year, but I think we've given ourselves the best platform to build from.
Is there any areas you're looking to improve on the squad?
I think we'd like to. Obviously, we've signed some kind of very experienced, high-profile players. To look at social media, we've raised the profile of the football club a little bit with the signings that we've made. Unusual for Ashton United, and I think that's why people are taken aback a little bit, because we've had that little added investment that's enabled us to bring a better calibre of footballer in. No disrespect to the players that have been here previously, certainly under me, but this is the strongest squad that I've had at my disposal, certainly. We can look forward with optimism based on that.
You mentioned they're the owners. How supportive have they been?
Massively, yeah, huge. As you can see, the building work going on the side. One of the main things that I wanted really was to make the football club attractive to potential players, and we had to have USPs. A USP for us is we like to play nice, attractive football. So to a footballer, potentially signing for Ashton United, they can expect that I will try and play the right way. But also as well, we're trying to get the pitch right so we can play that type of football. We've painted the whole ground at this moment in time. I asked for the changing rooms to be looked at, and David's gone overboard. No, he's been absolutely fantastic as Jonathan has, and we're going to have brand new changing rooms that have been a hefty fit out for us. But they're the kind of things that we need as a football club. We need to be moving forward. if you talk to a player from Curzon Ashton, for example, they've got this lovely shiny new stadium, nice changing rooms, lovely pitch to play on. So as well as putting the money on the pitch, we have to look at the infrastructure off the pitch as well, and making sure that all that's in place. And that's one of the the positives that David and Jonathan have brought to the football club as well. That they're not just looking at giving me money to bring players in. They're looking at everything as a whole, really. And I think the supporters from Ashton United can be really excited that they've got two guys that are doing it for the right reasons, and also thinking about the bigger picture, which is the sustainability of the football club, but also the infrastructure behind everything as well. It's run by volunteers, and it's been run by volunteers superbly. And I think it needs to stay that way, and it needs to be sustainable. We can't just keep pumping money into it every year, which is the idea behind the 4G pitch in the long run as well, which is kind of another brilliant initiative. It's going to make it a community hub, which would be great for this area.
What are your aims for the season?
Promotion. I listen. I'll be aiming to win the league. I'm not gonna hide behind it and be disingenuous or anything like that. I want to win the league. If we can't win the league, then we go up through the playoffs. I'm not going to say. I'm going to stand here and say, yeah, we're going to win the league, because there's lots of good teams in there who will all want to be winning the league themselves. But we set our target that we want to win the league. If we can't do that, then we look at the playoffs. But I think if we get lucky with injuries, I think we've got a real chance of pushing towards taking the championship home next season and getting that promotion. But South Shields are spending a lot of money. Warrington have got a promotion winning squad. Seeing that last year, I think they've been robbed a little bit by the FA. I think they should be playing Conference North football next season. They can keep that squad together. They're going to be very strong. I think Baseford, by all accounts, are spending a lot of money. Buxton, historically over the last couple of years, have spent a lot of money. So, it's no guarantee. That little cash impetus that we've had is going to make us suddenly win the league. There's a lot of hard work that's going to go into it. We've got to make sure that all these new players gel. So we're looking to take the players away in pre-season for the weekend. We're going to play an away game down in Colville and take the lads out for a night so we can get that bonding in. Socially, I think we need to do a little bit more. We had such a turnover last year that we were never able to do that, and we never had continuity within the team and the squad, and there was changing faces a lot as well. So when you're asking lads to dig in and fight for each other, them relationships weren't really there, and I think that's massively important for us this year, that we get those relationships right. And if we can get that team spirit, then I don't see why we can't achieve our goals. What we've recruited is winners. We've recruited experience. A lot of players that have played higher. Josh Wilson's just won the playoffs with Chorley, which is a prime example. John Worsnop is a massively experienced goalkeeper that we brought in. John O'Hunt, Chris Rowney have won this league. Aaron Chalmers has got promoted through this league. Sam Sheridan has. John Pritchard has. Steve Thames, vastly experienced. Conor Hughes has won the FA Trophy. We've got, everywhere you look through the squad, we've got experience, and I think that's going to stand us in good stead. And they all know the aims. We've spoken about the aims before we signed them, and that's got to be promotion. However we do that, who cares? We'd love to win the league, obviously, but we have to do it through the playoffs. We will do.
Finally, do you have a message for the Ashton fans?
Buckle up, it's going to be a good ride. I really do. Obviously, they've followed us through thick and thin. Last season was a difficult watch at times. I appreciate that. But this year we've hopefully put together a squad of players that's going to really excite. I'm going to get the bums off seats, and we've got some. I think we've got goals in our squad, which is massively important for entertainment value. Certainly, if you're coming in, you're paying money, you want to be entertained, and there's a lack of that sometimes. Obviously, you might be entertained by the opposition, but we struggled last year. There's no getting away from it. I'm not going to hide behind it. It was a really tough season, and hopefully next year. Now we've been galvanised in a way with the fresh impetus of David and Jonathan, and I really think that they've got exciting times ahead. As we've mentioned, there's a 5-year plan behind David and Jonathan's thinking, and I think it's a really good time to be an Ashton United supporter.